Well, good morning, my friends. It's your old pal Jordan the Lion and your old pal Amy, and today we are going to explore the Mall of America, but I have a purpose. There's some things I want to check out that happened in here, and we're just going to have some fun. Daze with Jordan the Lion and Amy. It begins right now. Amy, why is SpongeBob here? I saw this, I was totally confused.
Because there's a Nickelodeon theme park in here.
Aha. That was news to me. Thank you for knowing that. Yeah, to be honest, other than what I'm gonna mention in the vlog today, I didn't do any of my homework as to what's in here, so it's all kind of a surprise to me. Hello, butterflies. I love it. What a way to be welcomed. Here they have a little display talking about the Super Bowl 52. It's held here. Cool fountain here. Make a wish. And then the theme park is right through there. Here's the amusement park inside. What the heck is going on here at the Duluth Trading Company? Is this legal? So we're looking for the rotunda. Funny. Golden Girl socks. So Bob Ross's face is everywhere nowadays, huh? So we have found the rotunda. This empty space may not look like a whole lot to you, but mid-90s, this was a big deal. Ted Turner, the news mogul, I guess you would call him, billionaire Ted, when he became nicknamed, decided to buy WCW, World Championship Wrestling, and he was looking for a way to compete with WWF at the time. So he hired Eric Bischoff, and Eric Bischoff said one of the things he needed was he needed a weekly show to showcase his talent the way WWF did. And he said WWF had taped their show, so what he wanted was he wanted to do his show live. So to his surprise, Ted Turner agreed to do this. Now, originally they were going to do their very first WCW Nitro in Miami, and they decided to change their mind, and it was moved to here at the Mall of America in this rotunda. So they made their debut in the mid-90s, 1995, and that was the announcement of Lex Luger joining WCW. He had been here before, but what happened was the opening night, it was supposed to be a main event between Hulk Hogan, who was the star of WCW, and Big Van Vader. But Vader had gotten into a fight with Paul Orndorff a week before and got sent home and suspended. So WWF had a wrestler named Lex Luger. Now Lex Luger had been their replacement for Hulk Hogan when Hulk Hogan came to WCW, and Lex hadn't really worked out for them, so he was wrestling under no contract, meaning he was going night to night and they weren't really using him much. So the night before he debuted on WCW Live, he was actually on a taped event for WWF. Now how this happened was Sting was good friends with Lex Luger. He brokered the deal to bring Lex to the WCW, and Eric Bischoff didn't even really want him. He offered him such a low contract because he heard a lot of bad things about Lex, didn't want him, and when he came out here there was a huge pop. It turned into a big rivalry for Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan immediately went into a feud with Lex. They had a championship match the next week, and it all happened right here in Mall of America. Now there's a little bit of a conspiracy as to why it was here, and it has to do with a restaurant. So Hulk Hogan is probably the biggest star wrestling's ever seen, and everywhere he's been, he's gotten to control what goes on in the organization for the most part. And so while he was at WCW, that was no different. And I told you they originally had planned on debuting in Miami. Now, one of the theories, or what Eric Bischoff has said, is that the reason they didn't do it was there is he was afraid that they couldn't pack the place, so they wanted to go to a place that had a natural audience, which would have been this place, and it was smaller, and with the rotunda and the 3 levels, he thought it would look like the Roman Colosseum while they filmed this. However, there's a little bit more to the story. Hulk Hogan, right before this, had opened a pasta joint, a little pasta restaurant called Hulk Hogan's Pastamania, just upstairs. Let's go up there. What the heck is going on here? Interesting. Here we got the fair on the 4th floor. And what we're looking for is, surprisingly, we're looking for the Popeyes chicken. We passed by this Dick's Last Resort, but I thought this was kind of funny. They're on a log ride with a moose. Okay, I'm a little bummed because Amy and I did plan on riding the log ride today and they've drained the water, so we don't get that experience. But what we're looking for is right off to the side of here. So right over here where this Popeyes is, this is where our story cuts to. This was the first location of Hulk Hogan's Pastamania. Now, Hulk Hogan must have a real affinity for everything Italian. Of course, his name's Terry Bollea, but he also, just a little side note, he was once offered the George Foreman grill to endorse before George Foreman was offered it. And he ended up turning it down for a meatball maker. He decided to endorse something called the Hulk Hogan meatball maker. George Foreman made $200 million off that grill. And then Hulk Hogan eventually, he was actually offered 3 different things by his agent: the grill, the meatball maker, and a blender. He ended up releasing the blender much later after the meatball maker was a failure, and then he did do a Hulk Hogan grill just like the George Foreman grill. Now, cut to here, he opens this pasta restaurant on Labor Day of 1995. Now, there's a little conspiracy here because, as I mentioned, Hulk Hogan had pretty much his say of whatever he wanted. Now, it was kind of odd that very shortly after he would open this restaurant, they would decide to make the opening night of Monday Nitro here at the Mall of America. I guess it's a big venue. I guess it kind of makes sense, and from what Eric Bischoff said, not wanting to rely on a big crowd, this would work. However, there's a little bit of conspiracy because right around Christmas time, Hulk Hogan was served with a lawsuit by a woman who was in the publicity department for the Mall of America, and she was claiming that it was a sexual incident. And so he was served, he did a countersuit, and some of the theories are that maybe that was his side girlfriend and that he was helping her by getting Nitro first night here because she would get to publicize it. It would be a big thing for her career. And even Linda Hogan said at the opening of this Pastamania, she remembered that woman. She says this in her book. She remembered that woman coming up to her and asking her a lot of personal questions about her life with Hulk. And so she said her spidey sense went off about then. So they had opened this restaurant. They opened it on Labor Day, and Macho Man Randy Savage, Jimmy Hart, they all came out here for a big grand opening. They had a big commercial in front of this place with Hulkster and everything. And in almost every wrestling show for the next couple weeks, they would promote his restaurant over and over and over. And in fact, at that opening, they had like a big pasta eating contest. Now, what this restaurant was, is it was kind of like what we have today, but it was just too far ahead of its time. It was where they had 4 or 5 different types of noodles, meats, sauces, and you got to pick, mix and match, and make your own meal. They also had international things like beef stroganoff and some sort of like Mexican pasta and a couple of different things that you could choose from, but this didn't last. Less than a year. It cost him millions and it was a total failure. Hulk Hogan Pastamania, but this was the first location. And it's kind of interesting to hear how that all ties together, that, you know, that the first Nitro would be held in this building very shortly after he opened the restaurant, and just everything that kind of went into it. And eventually, WCW did overtake WWE in the ratings and became the most popular show on television for wrestling. There's Nickelodeon Universe. Ooh, Hard Rock Cafe. We're gonna have to go down there. Wow, check out the monstrous Lego. That is insane. That robot, Andy's got a guy in his chest, like piloting him. Then look at all the... Oh yeah, you're right. Good eyes, Amy. Even up there in the face, there's a guy.
Look down here.
And then King Arthur. Those are great.
Look at the helicopter.
Now that we've worked our way down, we're seeing a few more Legos that we couldn't see that were right below us. Look at that. Conquering or taking on a saber-toothed tiger.
Legos are expensive too. For like a little box, it's like $60. You know that?
Yeah, they are. They're very expensive.
So those would have cost thousands of dollars to make.
You're absolutely right. I mean, it's insane, but it's so cool. They're unlike anything else, right?
Yeah.
You gotta admit, when you see art made out of Legos,
on them, that hurts.
yeah, they do hurt, but you gotta admit, the art out of Legos, that's pretty impressive. Major bummer, the Hard Rock's closed. I wanted to go in because I heard that Prince had loaned a few items that were on display here. We were totally thinking about doing this. We were all in favor of doing Nickelodeon Universe, but to be honest, without the log ride, that's really what we wanted to do the most, wasn't it, Amy?
Yeah.
Was for me. That does look fun though. I like those kind of rides. Look at that one up there spinning. Whoa.
Look at that.
Here he comes. Let's do it, Amy.
If I was younger, I would do it.
I can't emphasize again how bummed I am that the log ride is not here, because you see there's a little sign up there and it says waterfall ahead, but it shows Paul Bunyan and Babe the Blue Ox, and I was told by my pal Adam the Woo that this is a legit fun log ride we would love, but not today. Look at all the Crayola stuff. This is great. Like walking around a corner, then all of a sudden I see magic markers and crayons smiling at me. How do you have a bad day when you got a smiling crayon? It's impossible. It's got to be impossible. Oh, we got one back here that's he's saving someone or climbing something. Let's go check that out. Look at this, like a little secret hobbit hole entrance right there. Oh, he's pulling the curtain up. That's what he's doing. All right, Amy and I are gonna stop for a little appetizer with this guy. It's actually right across from Bubba Gump, and take a look at this. Who knows if it's the actual suit? Probably not. They probably have a bunch of them, but kind of cool. Got his costume.
What's vacation mean?
Box chocolates. I love that all these Bubba Gums have his shoes out front and the bench and everything, so you can recreate the photo op.
Okay.
All right, so Rainforest Cafe it is. This is my first time. Amy, are you sure this place is safe to eat at? This doesn't look safe to me. Are you friendly? Hey, my friend, are you friendly? Okay, Amy assures me this place is safe, and then I see this. Are you kidding me? Whoa! What is going on here? The trees talk? Monkeys hanging from the ceiling? Count me in. Whoa, look at that guy. He's chilling. Look at that cheetah up there. He's moving his mouth. A whole family of tigers in here. What the heck's going on? Then if you go back here, I'm seeing an elephant about to lose his stuff. And then this guy, this gorilla. Oh my God, what is going on here? Amy, save me! Look at the tiki god's eyes. What a totally cool place this is. I know most of you are watching this going, how could you have never been in here before? Amy was even saying that. I just never have, and it's pretty cool. I love how the sky here changes. Sometimes it'll be like this, sometimes it'll change over to a moonlight. It's a really interesting place. Great theme. And look, we moved seats. Now we're sitting next to this guy. There you can see a rainbow over there. There you can see it starting to change over. from red to purple, and then it'll go to a blue moonlight. And there's Toucan Sam. It is a darn shame that Hulk Hogan's Pasta Restaurant is not around, because I definitely would have tried some Hulkaroo's pasta. There it goes again. It's starting to change. It's starting to change. Never know what's coming next. All right, it's rainforest, rainstorm time again. This is where all the animals start losing their minds and going crazy. We got our food. Amy and I opted for cheese sticks and some quesadillas for a little snack. Well, we definitely found the Minnesota store. Literally everything in here is Minnesota, 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 and more Minnesota. And they have a Minnesota Twins store inside here as well. All right, we are back over in that rotunda where they had the first Nitro. Amy and I are going to now show you a couple of things you can do here for fun, but they're not things that I can really film. I'll just show you some of the virtual stuff. For starters, you can see they have an escape room. Then they have an amazing mirror maze in here. Those are always fun. I've done those in other vlogs. Then here you have the old time photo booth. You can do your old tombstone looking photos. And then here is Moose Mountain Adventure Golf. That's kind of cool. Look at that train up there. It's part of the mini golf. Kind of interesting. Oh, look at this. There's your entrance. Paul Bunyan and his Sasquatch. It's Tree Farm. And they also have a sea life exhibit on the first level. And I'm not sure what this is, but it's called the Avengers Damage Control Virtual Reality Experience. And apparently they have a Jumanji Reverse the Curse immersive experience here as well. Well, I think we're gonna call it a day here for the fun. Hope you guys enjoyed checking out a little Mall of America and a little bit of old wrestling mid-90s history. And back out the way we came. Well, that's gonna do it for us today. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed our experience today. Have a great night and goodbye.